For this week, we are going to be discussing Council Skies by Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. So, Council Skies is the fourth studio album by American, oh my God, by English rock band Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. It was released on June 2nd, 2023. All right, Eric, thoughts on this album? It's fourth studio
I'm a
album.
huge fan. I love Oasis, and I haven't met anybody who's just like, I hate Oasis so much. I just want to light their music on fire. Uh, I mean, these guys, and I feel like you can't not talk about Oasis,
That thing.
talking about Noel Gallagher's solo albums, or even uh, oh fuck,
Liam.
Liam. Thanks. I knew it started with a L. Liam Gallagher's solo album. Like you can't just not talk about Oasis because
Yep.
what these guys made with Oasis is just pure magic,
Yes.
right? And Cam and I, deep down, want Oasis to get this back together, just so that they can go on tour. They don't even have to make a new album. We just
Yeah.
want them to go on tour again,
Yeah.
so we can hear all their hits. Uh, I mean, these guys have it. They know how to write songs.
Mm-hmm.
These guys know how to write songs, and it's clear with this album. Like, uh, you have to. It was almost like a sigh of relief listening to this album versus last week's podcast, which dragged out just because we went on that hiatus. It dragged out for a long time with the Dave Matthews Band. So it was kind of nice to listen to actual like real well written music.
Mm-hmm.
However, I wouldn't say that this is like a must listen to album.
Yep.
I thought it was well recorded, well produced. The songs were well written, but I found some of them to be a bit too long, where it was almost just like, okay, like, oh, I get it, no, I get it. But I would say there was no, it was kind of almost like a monotone feel to the album. So there wasn't really like any like ups and downs,
Mm-hmm.
which like I don't even know if you even rearranged the songs on this album, it would have made the album sound better.
Right.
Uh, but I mean, the opener, great opener. Like they know how. Like that's the thing about the Gallaghers, they know how to write a hook.
Mm-hmm.
They just know how to do it, and um, I mean, yeah, like there's
Yeah, like Noel is obviously a very, very good songwriter. But there isn't when I listen to this album, there isn't like a hit single or I don't come out of this like humming a chorus or a melody
Mhm.
line. As you said, it's very sort of mono, like it's all at the same sort of tempo and level the whole album through. But the
Mhm.
thing is, like individually, each of these songs are just really good. They're not great,
Yeah.
I would say, but they're all just like good songs. There's you can't really
Mhm.
fault a lot of it. And the nice thing is like it's different. Like sure we
Mhm.
want Oasis like, we always want more Oasis stuff. But he's sort of taken this path of actively being a bit like he's already done the Oasis thing and now he's like writing songs that are like not completely different. It's still him, but it's not just trying to recreate what Oasis was, right? It's
Mhm.
like these are completely a different sort of vibe or song structure and stuff like that. Whereas like, and if I'm to compare him like against Ed Sheeran, a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
the songs are just like you can tell it's just like copy and paste.
Yeah.
Like he's
I
trying
went
to
down to the bay and I
yeah.
ate some hay. Yeah.
But a lot of it is like he's trying to chase like some sort of magical moment that's already happened. That's why a lot of his songs sound similar to what's already been released, and that's why he gets
Mhm.
accused of copyright, right? Like a lot of plagiarism accusations against him. Whereas like this album, it's still similar and familiar, but it's also original because a lot of the stuff it's not
Mhm.
repeating what's already been done. He's like really trying to push into something new.
No, and absolutely, and even the lyrics. Like Noel's a great lyricist. Like One of my favorite personal songs on the album was Easy Now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like even the opening line, like Easy Now, heavy is the head that wears a hollow crown. There must be something in the air. There's talk of revolution here, right? Like it's kind of very like metaphorical, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of just I don't know, it just paints this cool picture. Whereas like you have your Ed Sheeran that just like this is just like I went down to the beach and I jumped in the water, right?
Yep.
Like it's very linear, but this is like artistic.
Yep.
And uh again, just even the structure of these songs, like if you were to individually put them not with the album, like they're very well written, like with their bridges, like
Mm-hmm.
just everything works and flows well,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't have that extra like thing that makes it great. It's a good
Yeah.
album. It's just and good songs. It's just there isn't that, and I hate to say it, but it's not like Oasis good. There isn't that Don't Look
Yeah.
Back in Anger or
Or What's the Story, Morning Glory.
yeah, like there isn't
Yeah.
a kick to like any of these songs.
Yeah.
But they're all just good. That's the thing. So I find it hard to really like criticize it all that much because
Mhm.
it's just a good album and good songs, but it just doesn't have that X factor.
It is. And yeah, like I haven't like this is the first Noel Gallagher album that I've actually listened to,
Mm,
because I've only listened to like I haven't even listened to Liam's solo stuff either, right? So this is like kind of the first kick of the cat of the soul, like listening to the solo. So like again, like it's hard to not compare it to Oasis, even though they're
mm.
not trying to be Oasis. That's like comparing Foo Fighters to Nirvana. They're not the
Yes.
same
Yep.
band, right?
Yep. Hmm.
So I dig with what he was going for here, but again, like I feel like there's got to be a little bit more excitement,
Yep. Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Yeah. Um. Okay. Final thoughts and ratings on Council Skies by Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds.
I mean, I didn't hate this album. I
Mm.
I again, it sounds great. There's great songs on this album individually. So I'm gonna give this a solid 6 out of 10 for me.
Ooh, nice, nice, nice,
So
nice. Yeah,
mhm.
good. Yeah, sort of the same sort of ballpark. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, because like
Mhm.
it's really hard to fault an album when it has good songs on it. And it's like
Mhm.
I wouldn't rearrange any of the tracks at all. Maybe you would shorten some of these songs because it did go on for a bit,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's just missing that extra like catchiness to it, or like that X factor or whatever it is. There's no
Mhm.
that magical moment just isn't on this album.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a good listen. Would I recommend it to people? Mm, I would honestly recommend his other stuff before this one. Probably his first and his third, but it's a good album. I would give it a 7.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say not listen to this,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's just so hard because like there is a little bit of the songs that sound a bit like Oasis that you're like, oh, I can kind of hear Oasis peeking out there,
Right.
but it's not.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yeah.
they just need to get back together just for tour.
Yeah. Oh my god. You know how expensive those tickets are gonna be if they got
Oh,
back together?
I'm gonna fight hard to get
Oh
tickets for
god,
that.
it'd be so expensive.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. Anyways, that was our discussion on Countless Skies by Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. For those of you following along with us every single week, the album that we will be listening to and discussing will be the brand new Kelly Clarkson album, Chemistry. Recently came out. I'm excited to talk about this because I do want to get your thoughts on this one. Um, but yeah, that'll be the album we are going to talk about next time.
Right on.
Um, Controversial statements for this podcast. Eric did say, "Hope you didn't waste your time marching on Parliament in protest."
I feel like that shouldn't even count. Like that shouldn't even count. It had nothing to do with music.
Doesn't like democracy. That's It doesn't like freedom, apparently.
Fascism all the way, everybody.
um. Anyways, that's the podcast. This is the Crossroads Music Podcast here at twitch.tv/the Crossroads Music Podcast, live every Monday at 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Music, all the places where you get your podcasts. Anything else? I think that's pretty much it.
I think that's it, man.
Else. Wonderful. Well, another great episode where we discuss music and how AI is going to ruin everything. But yeah, we will see you all next week for the next episode.